Today, I want to share with all of you about this shirt that I had to buy to please my mom. Well, she wasn't very pleased, but she allowed it. So right after my father had a self-inflicted gunshot wound when he took his own life, he lived for a little while, and he ended up in the hospital. The English neighbors that had phones would call 911, and he got life flighted. When my Amish twin brother called me on the phone, I rushed to the hospital really quick. I have a driver's license. I'm not Amish anymore. So I beat all of the Amish there, and I signed for the doctor to do brain surgery on my father, and I showed him an ID that I am his son and all that, because they were asking questions why he's Amish and I'm not. And so anyway, the Amish did all show up because they hired taxi drivers, and they got to the hospital. Then my mom, because of the circumstances, you would think she'd overlook the clothes, but the first thing she said is, "I need you to go get your Amish clothing. I can't be around you. I can't look at you." So I said, "Mom, that's a long ways from the hospital to get back home. I'm just going to go to the local Goodwill and get a black pants and a white shirt like we would use, for Sunday clothes." Well, I thought this would do, and this is what I wore. Bought it at the Goodwill store. But do you see it's got a lay-down collar? It's got a pocket. Those are all worldly. We're not allowed to have pockets. And do you see how the shirt opens up all the way to the bottom? It's all the way open. Here's the Amish shirt. No lay-down collar. Buttons all the way up. No lay-down collar allowed. And do you see how it ends right there? Halfway down is where it ends. See that? See that right there? It cuts off right there, but it's not allowed to be all the way down open like that. And it certainly don't have no pocket on it. So my mother told me, well, she had a sad face. We're all at the hospital, wondering if Dad was going to make it. But this was her main concern, the clothing that her son was wearing. And so because I had this on, she was displeased, but she says, "Well, thank you for making an effort." She didn't like looking at it, but I said, "Mom, I'm not going back home. I'm not going back home to grab different clothes. I'm here. I don't know how much longer Dad's going to live, and I'm going to stay right here." So I just kind of went to a different seat, and I just sat separately and to visit a little bit. But I just wanted to share that, because when it comes to religious hypocrisy, and you're in a situation like that, I was hurting. It was painful. I loved my father, and we're in that circumstance right there. And yet the outward appearance of religion was more important to my mother.